गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः। प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटं नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथासम्बोधनाबोधितं लोके सज्जनषट्पदैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयात् भारतपङ्कजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसि न श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। गीताशास्त्रमिदं पुण्यं यः पठेत् प्रयतः पुमान् विष्णोः पदमवाप्नोति भयशोकविवर्जितः। गीताध्ययनशीलस्य प्राणायामपरस्य च नैव सन्ति हि पापानि पूर्वजन्मकृतानि च। मलनिर्मोचनं पुंसां जलस्नानं दिने दिने सकृद्गीताम्भसि स्नानं संसारमलनाशनम्। गीतासु गीता कर्तव्या किमन्यैः शास्त्रविस्तरैः या स्वयं पद्मनाभस्य मुखपद्माद्विनिसृता। भारतामृतसर्वस्वं विष्णोर्वक्त्राद्विनिसृतं गीता गङ्गोदकं पीत्वा पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्सः सुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। एकं शास्त्रं देवकीपुत्रगीतमेको देवो देवकीपुत्र एव। एको मन्त्रस्तस्य नामानि यानि कर्माप्येकं तस्य देवस्य सेवा। शान्ताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतस्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः यदक्षरपदभ्रष्टं मात्राहीनं च यद्भवेत् तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवनारायण नमोऽस्तु ते कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि अस्तु गीताप्रवेशपुस्तके प्रथमभागे तद्धितान्त इति पठितवन्तः खलु गतसप्ताहे इदानीं 189 पेज् नम्बर् अत्र इनि प्रत्यय इति पठनीयं प्रथमं कानिचन रूपाणि पठितवन्तः वयं किन्तु अग्रिम अभ्यासं करणीयम् on page number 189 मञ्जुला भगिनी पठितुम् इच्छति वा मञ्जुला भगिनी
आं भगिनी यथोदाहरणं तद्धितान्तानि पदानि लिखता उदाहरण विभूतिः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति विभूतिमान् पुल्लिङ्ग विभूतिमती स्त्रीलिङ्ग विभूतिमत् नपुंसकलिङ्ग भक्तिः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति भक्तिमान् पुल्लिङ्ग भक्तिमती स्त्रीलिङ्ग भक्तिमत् नपुंसकलिङ्ग दोषः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति दोषवान् करेक्ट् न भगिनि दोष
तो अत्र प्रातिपदिके अवर्णः अस्ति चेत् मतुप् प्रत्ययस्य मकारस्य वकारादेशः भवति अस्तु पूर्वतन अभ्यासे अपि ज्ञानवान् प्रतापवान् दोषवान् दोषवत् मीन्स् दोषवान् तथा सो प्रातिपदिके अवर्णः अन्ते अस्ति चेत् मतुप् प्रत्ययस्य मकारस्य वकारादेशः भवति तो दोषवान् दोष अत्रापि अकारान्तः तो दोषवान् इति शुद्धमस्ति किन्तु अकारं विना स्वराः सन्ति चेत् मकारम् एव आगच्छति सो भक्ति भक्तिमान् अत्र इकारः अस्ति अतः मकारादेशः एव भवति अकारः अस्ति चेतेव वकारादेशः भवति
दोषवान् पुंलिङ्ग दोषवती
दोषवती दोषवत् नपुंसकलिङ्गे दोषवत् भगिनी अस्तु वनजा भगिनी पठितुम् इच्छति वा?
आं भगिनि, नमस्कारः भगिनि।
नमस्कारः।
दीप्तिः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? दीप्तिमान्, दीप्तिवती, दीप्तिमती, दीप्तिमती, दीप्तिमत्।
पुनः वदतु।
दीप्तमान्, दीप्तमती, दीप्तमत्।
इकारमेव दीप्तिमान्, दीप्तिमती, दीप्तिमत्। इकारमपि
इकारम्
दीप्ति अत्र दीप्तिः इकारान्तशब्दः खलु।
दीप्तिमान्, दीप्तिमान्, दीप्तिमती, दीप्तिमत्।
शुद्धमेव। अनन्तरं
ज्ञानम् अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? ज्ञानम् वान्, ज्ञानवान्, ज्ञानवती, ज्ञानवत्।
उत्तमम्।
दीः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? दीः इकारान्तं दीः। धीमान्, धीमती, धीमत्।
उत्तमम्।
प्राप्तः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति?
प्रतापः।
प्रतापः प्रतापः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? प्रतापवान्, प्रतापवती, प्रतापवत्। बुद्धिः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? बुद्धिः इकारान्तं बुद्धिमान्, बुद्धिमती, बुद्धिमत्। श्रद्धा अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? श्रद्धावान्, श्रद्धावती, श्रद्धावत्। हेतुः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? हेतुमान्, हेतुमती, हेतुमत्। भगः अस्य अस्मिन् वा अस्ति? भगवान्, भगवती, भगवत्।
उत्तमम् उत्तमं तदेव। अनन्तरं मञ्जुला भगिनी पठितुम् इच्छति वा?
आं भगिनि, ऐ एम् सारी,
चिन्ता मास्तु,
प्राब्लम् వచ్చింది
तथा एव भवति।
ओके। यथोदाहरणं तद्धितान्तानि पदानि लिखतः। उदाहरण दण्डः अस्य अस्ति इति, दण्डी, दण्डवान्। देहः अस्य अस्ति इति, देही, देहवान्। रागः अस्य अस्ति इति, रागी, रागवान्। भोगः अस्य अस्ति इति, भोगी, भोगवान्। त्यागः अस्य अस्ति इति, त्यागी, त्यागवान्। मौनम् अस्य अस्ति इति, मौनी, मौनवान्। किरीटम् अस्य अस्ति इति, किरीटी, किरीटवान्।
किरीटिवान् इकारं खलु? न किरीटं। सो किरीटवान्, किरीटी,
किरीटम्।
एकं रूपं किरीटी, द्वितीयं रूपं किरीटवान्। किरीटवान्।
सन्यासः अस्य अस्ति इति, सन्यासी, सन्यासवान् भगिनि।
सन्यासः अकारान्तं खलु? अकारान्तम् अस्ति चेत् वकारः, वकारः आदेशः भवति। परम् अस्ति चेत् सन्यासवान्,
सन्यासवान्। शशः अस्य अस्ति इति, शशी, शशवान्। संयमः अस्य अस्ति इति संयमी संयमवान्
संयमवान् संयमवान्
संयमवान्
अत्र संयमवान् तथा उच्चारण
संयम
some ani the anuswara should not be completely pronounced like samyamavan sanyamavan like that it should. Okay.
Thank you.
अस्तु धन्यवादः भगिनी अनन्तरं भावार्थः तस्य भावः अलिवेलु भगिनी
भावार्थः तस्य भावः भावार्थे त्वा तल् षण् इत्यादयः बहवः प्रत्ययाः सन्ति तेषु कांश्चन प्रत्ययान् परिशीलयाम त्वप्रत्ययः उदाहरणं शत्रोः भावः इत्यर्थे शत्रु प्लस् त्वा शत्रुत्वं सत् प्लस् त्वा सत्त्वं महत् प्लस् त्वा महत्त्वम् अमानी प्लस् त्वा अमानित्वम् अदम्भी प्लस् त्वा अदम्भित्वम् तल् प्रत्ययः उदाहरण देवस्य भावः देवा प्लस् तल् देवता स्त्रीत्वं लोकात् समा प्लस् ता समता षण् प्रत्ययः उदाहरण दुर्बलस्य भावः दुर्बल प्लस् ष्ण् दुर्बल प्लस् या दौर्बल्यं क्लीब प्लस् षण् क्लैब्यं समर्थ प्लस् षण् सामर्थ्यं शूरा प्लस् षण् शौर्यं स्थिरा प्लस् षण् स्थैर्यं विरागा प्लस् षण् वैराग्यं कृपणा प्लस् षण् कार्पण्यं प्रधाना प्लस् षण् प्राधान्यं सुमा प्लस् षण् सौम्यं दक्ष प्लस् षण् दाक्ष्यं वणिक् प्लस् षण् वाणिज्यं सूक्ष्म प्लस् षण् सौक्ष्म्यम् अण् प्रत्ययः उदाहरण यूनः भावः युवन् प्लस् अण् यौवनम् अङ् प्रत्ययः उदाहरण कुमारस्य भावः कुमारा प्लस् अण् कौमारम्
एकं निमिषम् सो अत्र त्व प्रत्यय अनन्तरं तल् प्रत्यय त्व प्रत्यय परिचयमस्ति खलु शत्रुत्वं सत्त्वं
मित्रत्वम्
अर्थमपि वयं जानीमः किन्तु तल् प्रत्ययस्य अर्थमपि जानीमः किन्तु समताभावं तथा सो देवता अत्र स्त्रीत्वं लोकात् so basically like how the samata is used the bhavam is expressed here devata also in that sense we have to take normally devaha is a akaranta pumlinga shabda but the devata will become strilinga shabda because of the tal pratyaya anantaram this one also the shnai pratyaya here vriddhihi bhavati prathama swarat vriddhihi bhavati anantaram yakaram pratyaye yakaram api bhavati so the shakara and the nakara get dropped and only the yakara will be joined to the pratipadikam so durbalasya bhavah daurbalyam so vriddhihi bhavati ante yakaram okay so like that so this is similar to our to which pratyaya to the an pratyaya of the apatyartha an pratyaya iva prathama swarasya vriddhihi bhavati kevalam prathama swarasya vriddhi samanameva kalu so akada there is a comparison there anantaram here for an pratyaya also yunah bhavah yauvanam so here the an pratyaya we have seen in apatyarthe also yan pratyaya is there and bhavarthe also an pratyaya is there And in both cases, the first spara is getting vriddhi. Okay. So yuvan plus an yauvanam. Anantaram an pratyaya. Kumarasya bhavaha kaumaram. Here also vriddhi is happening. So that is a common feature in all of the tadhita pratyayantas we can take. Just as a educated guess, we can use this knowledge. But again, don't take it as a hard and fast rule, because with every shabda, there can be different factors that can make it an exceptional case. So it is better that we get exposed to the forms more to get to know the actual forms, or we have to actually study them, study all the sutras related to this, so that we will know all the exceptions. Astu. Anantaram, Surya Bhagini.
यथोदाहरणं तद्धितान्तानि पदानि लिखता शौरस्य भावः शौरत्वं शौरता शौर्यम् एकस्य भावः एकत्वम् एकता ऐक्यम् ऐक्यं करेक्ट् खलु
ऐक्यं करेक्ट्
ऐक्यं प्रधानस्य भावः प्रधानत्वं प्रधानता प्राधान्यं
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 so atra so tva pratyaya tal pratyaya shnai pratyaya okay aa moodu ikkada unnai shuratvam is tva pratyaya shurata is tal pratyaya shauryam is shnai pratyaya
कृपणस्य भावः क्लेबत्वं नच्नदि क्लेबत्वं क्लैब्यं क्लैब्यत्वं कृपणत्वं 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 कृपणता कृपण कृपण
so atra प्रथमस्वरस्य वृद्धिः भवति so रिकारस्य साधारणतया अर् आदेशः भवति खलु रिकारस्य अर् आदेशः भवति अतः किन्तु वृद्धिः अपि भवति अतः आर् कार्पण्यम् अला गुर्तुपेट्टुकोंटे ఈజీ మనకి
निष्कर्मणः भावः नैष्कर्मत्वं कर्मणत्वं नैष्कर्मता
एकं निमिषं for the tva pratyaya प्रथमस्वरस्य वृद्धिः न भवति for the tva pratyaya the प्रथमस्वरस्य वृद्धिः न भवति so mir नैष्कर्म अनद्दु निष्कर्मत्वं
निष्कर्मत्वं निष्कर्मता नैष्कर्म्यं
only for shnai and anpratyaya and even the anpratyaya the last three pratyayas get vriddhi on the first swara tva pratyaya and tal pratyaya do not get vriddhi on the first swara
क्लेबस्य भावः
क्लीबस्य
क्लेबस्य भावः क्लेबत्वं क्लेबता क्लैब्यं त्रिगुणस्य भावः त्रिगुणत्वं त्रिगुणता त्रैगुण्यं दक्षस्य भावः दक्षत्वं दक्षता दाक्ष्यं समस्य भावः स्थिरत्वं समत्वं समता साम्यं स्थिरस्य भावः स्थिरत्वं स्थिरता स्थैर्यं विरागस्य भावः विरागत्वं विरागता वैराग्यं वैराग्यम् इदमर्थः अण् प्रत्ययः उदाहरणं शरीरस्य इदम् इत्यर्थे शरीर प्लस् अण् शरीरं
शारीरं
शारीरम् अन्यानि उदाहरणानि साङ्ख्यं साङ्ख्यं उदाहरणं मम अयं अस्मत् प्लस अन् मम मम
So अस्मद्
ममका
शब्दस्य अण् प्रत्ययं योजयति चेत् ममका प्लस अण् अस्मद् इति प्रातिपदिकस्य ममकादेशः. So अस्मद् is the प्रातिपदिकं, किन्तु when the rupas come, mamaka will come as adesha to the asmad shabda. Ippudu we have yushmat shabda, but in the rupani we have tvam, yuvam, like this we get, right? So there the yushmat shabda in certain forms is being replaced with yuvam, for example. युवा शब्द आदेशः भवति. तथा एव अस्मद् शब्दस्य स्थाने अपि ममका इति आदेशः भवति रूपेषु. अनन्तरं वृद्धिः भवति. अण् प्रत्ययस्य योजनेन प्रथमस्वरस्य वृद्धिः भवति. अतः मामकः. Okay, mamaka is becoming mamaka because of the अण् प्रत्यय. The वृद्धि happens to the first swara.
ममका प्लस अन् अस्मत् इति प्रातिपदिकस्य ममकादेशः मामकः तव अयं तावकः मामकः तावकः.
One more thing we have to understand is sharirasya idam ityarthe shariram ante mamakaha. In mamakaha we'll be able to understand the meaning, how this is being used, the idam arthaha, how it is used. Mamaka means my people. These are all these who are mine. These people who are mine. So mama ayam. Ayam means this, right? Or this person or this person, like.
అంటే నాకు చెందిన అని వస్తుంది కదా ఇది.
Ayam, one second. Ayam, iyam, idam. All these three are idam shabdasya pullinga roopam ayam, strilinga roopam iyam, napumsakalinga roopam idam. So when you say ayam, it is like eshaha. So this person, in that sense. So mama ayam, this person who is mine, who belongs to me, in that sense. Okay, so that will become as mamaka. Okay, so mamakaha, we have this in the, I think, first or second shloka of the first, which means my people. What are they doing on the Kurukshetra? Mamakaha, Pandavas Shaiva. So my people and the Pandavas, what are they doing? So similarly, now apply the same to sharirasya idam. So shariram is a napumsakalinga shabda, so idam is used. Whereas mama, here we are using in the sense of pumlinga, because we are using in the sense of a person. Mama ayam. Okay, sharirasya idam. So this sharira that belongs to sharirasya idam means that which belongs to the sharira. Sharira, shariram. Andike we say shariraka vyadhi. Right? Means that which belongs to the shariram. Okay? So Sita Bhagini, we are on page number 191 in Geetha Pravesha book. So that which idamartha means belonging. Idamartha. So here an pratyaya is used in the sense of idamartha. In the previous page also we have an pratyaya, but there it is used in the bhavartha. And again we have an pratyaya in apatyartha. So an pratyaya is used in so many different meanings. Okay? Correct. And this is only within the tadhitanta. An pratyaya is also used as a kridanta with a different sense. Okay? So an pratyaya has a lot of meanings. So we have to watch out in which sense it is being used based on the rupani. So here it is used in idamartha. In the previous page, bhavarthe, an pratyaya. So yuvan plus an yauvanam. So here yauvanam in the bhavartha, whenever bhavartha is specified, if it is used with respect to a dhatu, then dhatvartha is being shown. If we are using the bhavartha with respect to a pratipadikam, then whatever the pratipadikam is indicating, that artha will be emphasized on. So here the pratipadika is yuvan, means about young age. So yavvanam. Yavvanam purely indicates the meaning of that word only, right? So like that. So here idamartha. In idamartha, it that sense of belonging. So shariram, idam shariram. Or sharirasya idam means that which belongs to the sharira. Mama ayam. He who belongs to me. Similarly, tava ayam, he who belongs to you. Tava means you. So he who belongs to you. Tavakaha. Okay. Anantaram, pitrarthaha.
दामः च प्रत्ययः उदाहरणं पितुः पिता इत्यर्थे पितृ प्लस आमः आमः पितामहः पितामही मातृ प्लस आमः मातामहः मातामही तद्धितान्तानि अव्ययानि सर्वनामशब्दैः साकं था त्रा तः दा इत्यादीनां तद्धितप्रत्ययान्तानां प्रत्ययानां योजनेन अव्ययानि सिद्ध्यन्ति उदाहरणं यत् यथा यत्र यतः यदा तत् तथा तत्र ततः तदा सर्व सर्वथा सर्वत्र सर्वतः सर्वदा किं कथं कुत्र कुतः कदा क्व व्याकरणे तद्धितप्रकरणम् अत्यन्तं विस्तृतं तद्धितप्रत्ययाः बहवः सन्ति प्रधानाः केचन एव अत्र उदाहृताः साम्यमात्रं मनसि निधाय यस्य कस्यापि शब्दस्य यस्य कस्यचित् तद्धितप्रत्ययस्य योजनं न कर्तव्यम् येन दोषाः सम्भवेयुः अधिकज्ञानाय व्याकरणपुस्तकम् आश्रयणीयम्
एकवारं पुनः पित्रर्थः damahach pratyaya. For in the sense of pitrartha, damahach pratyaya is used. So amaha is the actual part of the pratyaya that will be attached to the pratipadikam. So pituhu pita ityarthe pitamaha. Okay, pitamaha, amaha. Okay, pitamahi. Matru plus amaha, matamaha or matamahi. So here only the suffix amaha is being added. That is in the sense of pitrartha. Okay, anantaram. So with that, all the pratyayas, the most commonly used pratyayas only are discussed here. Like it is given, vyakarane tadhitta prakaranam atyantam vistrutam tadhitta pratyayaha bahavaha santi pradhanaha kechana eva atra udahritaha. Only some important ones are given here. Rupa samya matram manasi nidhaya yasya kasyapi shabdasya yasya kasyachit tadhitta pratyayasya yojanam na kartavyam. Why? Because there is a resemblance with some shabdas, we should not apply the same formula to all. Okay? That we have discussed several times, right? So, vriddhihi bhavati. Many times as we are seeing, the prathama swarasya vriddhihi bhavati. Kintu, taking that as granted, when we come across a new shabda and when we are trying to make the tadhita form of that shabda, we should not blindly apply whatever we have observed with a few other shabdas. Because with that, yena doshaha sambhaveyuhu. So it is always a good practice to confirm either with the appropriate sutras related to that or study all the shabdas in the tadhita forms. Okay, adhika jnanaya vyakarana pustakam ashrayaniyam. So here we have a few more. Tadhitantani avyayani. So in the previous tadhita rupani, all these can take vibhakti forms also, like pitamaha. right? Mamakaha, Mamakaha. Mamakaha is an Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Pitamaha also. So all these can take Jnanavan, Buddhiman, all these take Vibhakti forms. But Abhyayani are also there, and those are, they are combined with the Sarvanama Shabdas. The Tha, Tra, Taha, these are the Pratyayas that are joined with the Sarvanama Shabdas. And some examples are given here. So Sarva is a Sarvanama Shabdam, right? Tat is also Tad Shabda is also a Sarvanama Shabdam. So Yat, all these are Kim is a Sarvanama Shabdam. All these are Sarvanama Shabdams. But here, by attaching the Tadhitta Pratyayas like Tha, Tra, Taha, Da, we form Tadhittanta Abhyayas. Okay? So that is how the Yatha, Tatha, Yada, Yatra, all these are formed in that way. So these Pratyayas are attached to the Sarvanama Shabdas, and that is how these words are formed, and these come under Tadhittanta.
అంటే ఇవి కూడా అవ్యయాలను కూడా తద్ధితాంతాలనే చెప్పాలమ్మా కదా వీటి యథా యత్ర యతః ఇవి కూడా.
Okay. Initially, when we studied these in the Pravesha, Parichaya or other levels, we only studied them as avyayas. Right?
అవ్యయాలనే చెప్పారు.
Avyayas are derived. Now they are giving us more detailed. So these are also derived as a Tadhitta word, but they are avyayani, Tadhitta avyayani. Because they don't change with the Vibhakti. Vibhakti number or column. Any questions in the Tadhittanta?
भगिनी कृदन्तरूपस्य एकः उदाहरणं ददातु कृपया. अण् प्रत्ययस्य
किं भगिनि?
अण् प्रत्ययस्य कृदन्तरूपम् एकं वदति वा?
अस्तु अस्तु अस्ति तदेव अहम् उक्तवती पूर्वं. सो अण् प्रत्ययस्य कृदन्तरूपम् अपि अस्ति, तत् भिन्नम् अस्ति. It is different from the Tadhitta अण् प्रत्यय.
किमपि उदाहरणं भगिनि?
पठितवन्तः खलु अण् प्रत्ययस्य कर्तरि अर्थे वस्तुन्दनुकुण्टा. Let me see. One second. Anna. I think the Kridanta form of An Pratyaya we did not study. We studied only we came across only the Tadhitta An. But it is there. Kumbham karoti iti kumbhakarah. Karanyan. So iti sutrena An pratyayam bhavati.
अस्तु.
Okay.
अस्तु.
Yeah, we have to do a special class for the pratyayas because there are so many used in so many different contexts, and we need to. But eventually we'll do that.
Astu. Dhanyavadah.
Bhagini. Any other questions in the Tadhittanta lesson? Astu. No chet Anvaya Rachana.
Bhagini, I have a basic question. Now all these pratyaya are there, and I know in a Prathmik Pustakam, we were just study the meaning of anvaya or pratyaya, but why it is used or what it is mean, the actual meaning of the word. That was we were studying, and now we are studying the Vyakran part of it, that how it is occur. Now, my question comes that why there are so many different kind of pratyaya, or is there a different form of groups are there that are like a Tadhita Pratyaya and what is that we previously learned?
Kridantas, Tadhitas.
Kridanta and so forth. And within that also there are so many. So
Yes.
where do we see this? What is the purpose of so many Pratyaya?
So basically, what we have to remember is this classification is done by Panini Maharshi. Okay, so imagine the Sanskrit language is there, or it is already there. Even before Panini Maharshi, the language is there. There are so many scriptures and literature written in this language by our rishis. Now, to understand this language and for people to learn the language, there should be some kind of how do you say format. There should be some kind of format. So what Panini Maharshi did was exactly that. He grouped everything based on how they are used. So he identified the words which are used in apatyartha. He identified the words which are used in bhavartha. He identified the words which are used in some other artha. And then he also identified how they are ending commonly. So these pratyaya names are also given by Panini Maharshi. So there has to be some kind of classification. Even in chemistry, if you see, in our modern science, in chemistry, based on certain properties, some chemicals are grouped together and given a name. There might be again minor differences between them, but they are all grouped together under one category based on the basic characteristics that they have. But every chemical will again have its own formula and everything based on the minor changes or differences. Similarly, here also, everything is classified. The shabdas are classified. The dhatus are classified into ganas. The pratyayas are classified into kridantas and tinantas and subantas, depending on how they behave, on how they are being used. So that for people like us, it will be easy. Okay, whenever somebody says a subanta, then we know that it has these kind of qualities this pratyaya has. So this is where we can use it. We can use it only with a pratipadika. If it is a kridanta, we can use it only with a dhatu or with a derived pratipadika. If it is tadhitanta, we can use with a pratipadika only. So we will understand. So for our learning, Panini has classified them based on how they behave and how they are used.
Right. Now, here is a question comes, like Tadhita Pratyaya used only for a Pratipratikam. And Pratipratikam word that we use for the Subantam branch of the Sanya. So now, here I'm looking at the Anvaya Da, Yada, Tada, Sarvada, Kada, all right. Okay, so I understand in that. But again, then we see also da in dadati and dhatru and all that kind of thing, all other kind of words also. So they are also fall into the tadhita pratyaya, or they fall into...
No. That da is dhatu da. The da that comes in dadati is a dhatu. But here this da is a suffix. The da which is being attached to the yat shabda or tat shabda or sarva shabda, it is a pratyayam. It is not a dhatu. So the dhatu da is different from the tadhita pratyaya da.
So Devanagari Lipi, when we write da, that the da is that we just can't hold one particular kind of meaning, because it can branches out to many different way in Sanskrit usage. and based on where we are applying that da, that is what the rupam it takes. Am I correct to understand that?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Bhagini. Both you made me understand so nicely. It just makes it black and white so clear. Thank you.
Okay, Bhagini. So, Anantaram, Anvaya Rachana.
Madam, though there is some noise because I am in a street, can I reply in whatever I know a little bit?
Yes, yes.
There are actually broadly classified as 7 types of pratyas. So, then there are Vikarna, Krut, Tadgitanta, 3, one more. These 7 are basical. Out of that, again, how many Tadgitanta pratyas are there? They are separate. But main pratyas are 7. They are added to generally to dhatu or sanya. That sanya again can be namavatika sanya, sarvanam sanya, bhavavatika sanya, guna sanya. Depending upon the which pratyaya you add, the other one may be either avyaya or subhanta or avyaya, subhanta or some other kriya. This is at a major the macroscopic level what we can get it. In actually in Kurnanta one slides of the PDF file I posted now. There the second slide gives the pictorial view of how these 7 pratyas are related. One can refer that diagram. Kurnanta slides 141 slides prepared by somebody I posted in the group about 2 weeks back. There the second diagram gives all these how they are related.
Yes, yes, Mahodaya.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, Anantaram Priya Bhagini, Anvaya Rachana Patitum Ichchati va?
भगिनी नमस्कार भगिनी
Namaste.
काव्यानि गद्यमयानि पद्यमयानि गद्यपद्यमयानि वा भवन्ति संस्कृते अधिकानि काव्यानि पद्यमयानि पद्यानि यत्किञ्चन वृत्तम् आश्रित्य लिखितानि भवन्ति तेषु पदानि गद्ये इव क्रमबद्धानि न भवन्ति गद्येऽपि क्वचित् तानि क्रमबद्धानि न भवन्ति अतः तेषाम् अर्थावगमने कश्चन क्लेशः अनुभूयते एतादृशानां पद्यानां गद्यानां वा अर्थावगमनाय सरलः कश्चन क्रमः आश्रीयते सः अन्वयक्रमः इत्युच्यते काव्येषु प्रायः पदानि सन्धिं कृत्वा लिखितानि भवन्ति अन्वयक्रमचिन्तनाय आदौ सन्धिविच्छेदः करणीयः भवति एतावता सन्धिज्ञानं भवद्भिः प्राप्तम् अस्ति एव अन्वयरचनायाम् एतानि सोपानानि भवितुम् अर्हन्ति आदौ वाक्यस्थाने पदानि सन्धिविच्छेदं कृत्वा लेखनीयानि ततः वाक्ये क्रियापदं किम् इति ज्ञातव्यम् ततः कर्तृपदं किं कर्मपदं च किम् इति ज्ञातव्यम् कर्तृपदं किम् इति ज्ञातुं क्रियापदम् उद्दिश्य कः वा का किं प्रथमा विभक्तिः इति प्रश्नः करणीयः कर्मपदं किम् इति ज्ञातुं क्रियापदम् उद्दिश्य कं कां किं द्वितीया विभक्तिः इति प्रश्नः करणीयः तत्पश्चात् मातृभाषायाम् इव कर्तृपदं ततः कर्मपदं ततः क्रियापदं च इति क्रमेण पदानि योजनीयानि तावता वाक्यस्य स्वरूपं तात्पर्यं च प्रायः ज्ञाते भवतः एकम् उदाहरणं परिशीलयाम वाक्यम् उवाच मधुसूदनः पदविभागः कृत अस्ति उवाच क्रियापदं कः उवाच मधुसूदनः उवाच मधुसूदनः इति कर्तृपदं किम् उवाच वाक्यम् उवाच वाक्यम् इति कर्मपदं मधुसूदनः वाक्यम् उवाच कर्तृपदं कर्मपदं क्रियापदं च क्रमेण लिखितानि सन्ति श्रीकृष्णः वचनम् उक्तवान् इत्यर्थः एतेन क्रमेण अन्वयरचनायाः लेखने शब्दानाम् अन्त लि विभक्ति वचनानां ज्ञानम् अपेक्षितम् अन्तः लिङ्ग विभक्ति वचनानां ज्ञानम् अपेक्षितं भवति आदौ केश
अस्तु एकं निमिषं भगिनि. So here what is mentioned, so kavyani gadyamayani padyamayani va bhavanti or gadya padyamayani. So our kavyas can be either complete poetry or prose, or sometimes they are a mix like the champu kavyams. So here mostly we have in Sanskrit language we have padya kavyani. Okay, and in padya kavyam the words will not be in kramavaddham. Okay, they will not be in prose order. So to understand the meaning of the shloka, we have to put in prose order. And many times in padya kavyam, the words can also be joined in sandhi. So first we have to do the sandhi vichcheda and then arrange them in prose order to get the complete meaning of the shloka. So for that we have to follow one certain krama, and that krama is given here. So first we have to do the sandhi vichchedanam. Anantaram vakye kriyapadam kim iti jnatavyam. Now to put the words in the prose order, we have to understand the words, right? What word is what role it is playing in the sentence. Otherwise, without understanding that, we simply cannot arrange them. If you are able to arrange the words of a padavibhaga in prose order without doing the analysis, it only implies that you know that language so well that the analysis is automatically happening in your mind, in your brain, that you are not even realizing that. In your mother tongue, say for example, if the words are all jumbled up and given to you, within a few seconds you will put them in the prose order. Why? There you are not sitting and thinking which one is the kriyapadam, which one is the karmapadam, which one is the kartrupadam. The necessity is not there because you are so familiar with the language that processing is automatically done in your brain without even you realizing that. But when it comes to a language which we are not very fluent with, this analysis we are doing consciously. We have to do the analysis consciously. So that is the reason why they say that a language can be best learned by listening. Okay, by listening constantly. So that because your brain knows how to analyze the sentences that you listen, automatically that analysis is happening without even you realizing. That is how even a 2-year-old is able to pick up the language. They use all the words in the exact context. Contextually, correctly they use. How are they able to do that? They don't know Vyakarana. They don't know what a Kriyapadam is. They don't know Vartamana Kalam, Bhutakalam, Bhavishyat Kalam, Karakam, nothing they know. But they are able to use whatever they listen in different situations, they are able to put together and use it very correctly. So listening is the best way to learn any language. But many times if we are not in that environment, that learning does not happen. So we have to make this conscious effort of using that language or listening. We have to put in that extra effort consciously because it is not happening automatically. So here, to arrange in prose order, we need to know what the words are. Only then we can put them in prose order. So we have to identify the kriyapadam first. And then by posing the questions kaha, ka, kim, the prathama vibhakti, anta, kim shabdasya, we will get the kartrupadam. And then kam, kam, kim, we get the karmapadam. And then with the other karaka words, with other words that have a karaka sambandha with the kriyapadam, respective questions should be asked. For the karana karakam, kena. For the sampradaya karakam, kasmai. For the apadana karakam, kasmat. These words we have to use from the kim shabda to get. And because once we understand the karaka, the relation that word has with the kriyapadam, then we will understand the purpose of that in the sentence, and then we will be able to put the words in the prose order. So that is what is given, and a small sentence is taken. Vakyam uvacha Madhusudanaha. So Vakyam uvacha. There the sandhi is split, Padavibhaga is done, and then, so what is the Kriya Padam? Uvacha. And Kaha uvacha? Madhusudanaha uvacha. So Madhusudanaha will be the Kartrupadam. Madhusudanaha kim uvacha? Vakyam uvacha. So Vakyam will be the Karmapadam. So in that way, we have to identify all the Karaka Shabdas, the Padani, and what kind of Karaka Sambandha that they have with the Kriya Padam, and accordingly, then we will be able to put them in a proper prose order, which we can understand. Etena kramena anvaya rachanayaha lekhane shabdanam anta linga vibhakti vachananam jnanam apekshitam bhavati. So why do we need to know the anta linga vibhakti? Because the vibhakti forms change from depending on the anta of the shabda. Akaranta shabdasya tritiya vibhakti bahuvachanam katham bhavati pumlinge ramaihi, right? It is an akaranta pumlinga. And then the tritiya vibhakti bahuvachana will become ramaihi. So when you see a word which is in that, like in that form, then we will know that it is either akaranta pumlinga shabda or akaranta napumsakalinga shabda. Similarly, sitabihi, mahilabihi, bihi. So here we know that. But then we also need to know because we also have guru bihi, right? So here guru bihi is also ending in bhi. Sita bihi or mahila bihi is also ending. So how do we know? We have to know the anta and the linga also. Then we will be able to identify, okay, this is a pumlinga ukaranta shabda. Whereas mahila bihi is a akaranta strilinga shabda. So accordingly, again, the prose order and the meaning of the sentence will depend on it. So we need to have that knowledge of the shabda, linga, vibhakti, and vachanam. So that is what we have focused in all the previous levels, right? To understand this only, we have been studying all the lakaras, all the shabdas, halanta shabdas, ajanta shabdas, and then the vibhakti forms. All these we learned only for this purpose, to identify a word. When a word is given, we should be able to identify the anta, linga, vibhakti, and vachanam. That we have to practice more than anything. So once we get that thoroughly, then it will be easy to do the Padavibhaga also. Padavibhaga also becomes easy. And then identifying the vibhakti, by identifying the vibhakti, we will be able to identify the Karaka Sambandha. Only when we know the anta and linga and vachana, we will be able to identify the vibhakti anta. Because with halanta shabdas, the vibhakti forms are different. With ajanta shabdas, it is different. So once we know those forms, then it will be easy for us to identify a word in which vibhakti it is. Only when we know in which vibhakti it is, we will be able to pose this question, right? Kam or kim or kasmai or kasmat. How will you do that unless we know the vibhakti form of that word? So this knowledge is very, very important for us to identify the words in which vibhakti and all they are. Only then we will be able to do the Anvaya Rachana. Without this knowledge, we are stuck. If we are not able to identify the shabda and anta of a word which is in some vibhakti, because sometimes again a vibhakti, a word or more than one word can be in the same form, but they can be in different vibhaktis. That again contextual knowledge we need to use, whether it is Panchami or Chaturthi, like the Chaturthi, Panchami and Tritiya Vibhakti Dvivachana forms will be the same, right? So it can be any of those three. Then again we have to use the contextual clues to identify whether it is in Tritiya, Chaturthi or Panchami. Similarly, the Saptami and Shashti Dvivachana are in the same form. Similarly, the Bahuvachana of the Tritiya, Chaturthi and Panchami are same for all the Shabdas. Right? So all these, then the contextual clues come. Otherwise, first we need to identify. So, so that is why that knowledge is important. Okay. So going forward, Sita Bhagini, patitum ichchati va? Sita Bhagini? Okay. Sri Lakshmi Bhagini?
आं भगिनि आसीत् पुरायोध्यायां दशरथो नाम भूपतिः आदौ केषाञ्चित् गद्यात्मकवाक्यानाम् अन्वयरचनां जानीम आसीत् पुरायोध्यायां दशरथो नाम भूपतिः पदविभागः आसीत् पुरा अयोध्यायां दशरथः नाम भूपतिः क्रियापदम् आसीत् कः आसीत् भूपतिः आसीत् कः नाम भूपतिः आसीत् दशरथः नाम भूपतिः आसीत् कुत्र आसीत् अयोध्यायाम् आसीत् कदा आसीत् पुरा आसीत् अन्वयः पुरा अयोध्यायां दशरथः नाम भूपतिः आसीत् अग्रे पठामि भगिनि
पठतु भगिनि
अस्ति गंगा नद्यास्तीरे शाल्मलीतरुर्विशालः पदविभागः अस्ति गंगा नद्याः तीरे शाल्मलीतरुः विशालः क्रियापदम् अस्ति कः अस्ति शाल्मलीतरुः अस्ति कीदृशः शाल्मलीतरुः अस्ति विशालः शाल्मलीतरुः अस्ति शाल्मलीतरुः कुत्र अस्ति शाल्मलीतरुः तीरे अस्ति कस्याः तीरे अस्ति गंगानद्याः तीरे अस्ति अन्वयः गंगानद्याः तीरे विशालः शाल्मलीतरुः अस्ति यान्ति गोपालकाः सर्वे धेनुश्चारयितुं वनम् पदविभागः यान्ति गोपालकाः सर्वे धेनुः चारयितुं वनम् क्रियापदं यान्ति के यान्ति गोपालकाः यान्ति कीदृशाः गोपालकाः यान्ति सर्वे गोपालकाः यान्ति गोपालकाः कुत्र यान्ति गोपालकाः वनं यान्ति गोपालकाः किमर्थं यान्ति गोपालकाः चारयितुं यान्ति गोपालकाः काः चारयितुं यान्ति गोपालकाः धेनुः चारयितुं यान्ति अन्वयः सर्वे गोपालकाः धेनुः चारयितुं वनं यान्ति एतेषाम् उदाहरणानाम् अवलोकनेन भवन्तः इदानीम् अन्वयरचनां कर्तुं कीदृशाः प्रश्नाः करणीयाः इति ज्ञातवन्तः ते एव अंशाः अत्र सङ्गृहीताः सन्ति कर्तृपदं कर्मपदं वा उद्दिश्य कीदृशः इति प्रश्नः क्रियते चेत् विशेषणपदस्य ज्ञानं भवति यथा कीदृशः शाल्मलीकतरुः विशालः सप्तमी विभक्तिपदानां ज्ञानाय कुत्र इति प्रश्नः करणीयः यथा शाल्मलीतरुः कुत्र आसीत् गङ्गानद्याः तीरे कालसमयसूचकानां पदानां ज्ञानाय कदा इति प्रश्नः करणीयः यथा दशरथो नाम राजा कदा आसीत् पुरा
अस्तु So few more sentences were given here and Anvaya, how it is done. Any questions in this? For the Kaladhikarana, Kada. For Deshadhikarana, Kutra. For Visheshana, Kidrishaha. So these are the words which we use apart from other Karaka Sambandha. For Kartrupadam, Kaha. In a Karmani Prayoga Vakya, for the Kartrupadam, Kena. Similarly, in a Kartari Prayoga Vakya, for the Karmapadam, Kam or Kam or Kim. In a Karmani Prayoga Vakya, again, Prathama Vibhakti Kim Shabdasya Rupani Eva. Anantaram, for a Karanakarakam, Kena. All that we discussed earlier. Apart from that, Kasmin also can be used for Adhikarana, but then it depends. Okay, Kasmin Rajye Vasati, in that sense. Or Kutra is only without, like Kasmin is used like, based on the context, you will know when to use Kasmin and when to use Kutra. So Raja Nagare Asit. Kasmin Nagare Asit or Kutra Asit, then Nagare will come. Kasmin Nagare, to give the actual name of the Nagara, then Kasmin Nagare Asit. That will come. So it is more like Ayodhya Nagare. So when we say Ayodhya Nagare, here Ayodhya Nagare, Kutra Asit. Ayodhya Nagaram will become a Samastapadam. So there again, when we use Kutra Vasati, Ayodhya Nagare Vasati or Ayodhya Nagare Asit. So Kutra is a better word. Kasmin can be used with Vishayadhikarana. So for a Deshadhikarana, Kutra, Kaladhikarana, Kada, Vishayadhikarana, Kasmin is a better choice of word to ask the question. Anantaram. So here, for example, Pura. We need to know that it is an Akaranta Strilinga Shabda. Okay, because just if you look at the grammar, Asit Pura Ayodhyayam. So Pura Ayodhya. Here the Savarna Dirgha Sandhi is happening. Savarna Dirgha Sandhi can happen between two akaras. So Pura with a Hrasva akara and Ayodhya can still be Pura Ayodhya. But we need to know that Pura is an Akaranta Shabda. Okay, for that reason, we need to have the Shabda knowledge. Otherwise, when we split the words and write, there can be doshaha. So, though we know that it is a Savarna Dirgha Sandhi can happen between two Hrasva akaras, one Hrasva akara and one Dirgha akara in any combination, and between two, Dirgha akaras. So if we write two Dirgha akaras, Pura, Ayodhya, if we don't have the Shabda knowledge, such kind of mistakes are bound to happen. So that is the reason why Shabda knowledge is also important. And for that, the only way is to read more scriptures for the Shabda knowledge. Astu. Murthy Mahodaya kimapi vaktum ichchati va?
Yeah, Bhagini, Pura, isn't it a Avyayam?
Avyayam. Yes.
Yeah.
Avyayam is there and Nakaranta Strilinga Shabda is also there, Pura.
Is it? Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Avyayam is there and Pura Strilinga Shabdam is also there. And both mean the same, actually, meaning-wise. There are several such words, Avyayam and either Akaranta or a Pumlinga Shabda can be there. Pumlinga or a Strilinga Shabdas can be there. And Avyayam will be there and also sometimes, Pumlinga or a Strilinga can also be there.
Okay, thank you.
Astu. So any questions so far? Okay. So Rammurthy Mahodaya, Patitum Ichchati va Abhyasam?
Sorry, I will do it later, ma.
Astu. Anantaram. Harsha Bhagini? Abhyasam Patitum Ichchati va?
आम भगिनी धन्यवाद कानिचन वाक्यानि अत्र सन्ति पद विभागं कृत्वा तानि अन्वय क्रमेण लिखतः आसीत् द्रोणो नाम विख्यातः धनुर्वेदाचार्य अत्र आसीत् is क्रियापद so आसीत् Drona is the guru's name. Nama Vikhyata. Vikhyata. Katam Vikhyata. Dhanur Vedartha Vidyartha.
Dhanur
Kutra Acharya. Dhanur Vedacharya Asti. तत्र नाम अस्ति तस्य सो धनुर्वेदाचार्य So it will come Asit Nama. Asit Drona Nama Vikhyata Dhanur Vedacharya Asti.
Asti you don't need because Asit is already there. The Kriya Padam is already there.
Dhanur Vedacharya Asit.
So in prose order, how can you put it?
Dhanur Vedacharya, Drona, Dhanur Vikhyata Dronu Vedacharya Drona. No, that is not the right way of doing it. Dhanu Drona Nama Vikhyata Dhanur Vedacharya Asit.
Correct. Dronaha Nama Vikhyataha Dhanur Vedacharyaha Asit. Astu. The Visargas also you have to pronounce completely, Bhagini.
I know, I'm just anxious to think and make it correct in the answer form. Sorry.
Yeah. No problem.
I know my weakness. Thank you, Bhagini, to bring it to my attention. Okay. Santi Vrukshesh Vanekani Falani Madhurani. Okay. So Kriya Pada Santi Asti. फलानि कश्चिन फलानि मधुराणि अस्ति कुत्रं फलानि अस्ति वृक्षे कश्चित् वृक्षे फलानि अस्ति तत् फलानि मधुराणि अस्ति एवं अहं मन्ये
वृक्षेष्वनेकानि that word can you split
वृक्षेष्वने वृक्ष वने कानि वृक्षे कानि वनस्य वृक्षे फलानि मधुराणि अस्ति सन्ति.
Wait. Here vriksheshvanekani is there. So that shakara, what happens to that shakara?
It is becoming sashti vibhakti, correct? Vrukshasya. Kani vrukshasya falani.
No. See, you just look at the word, only focus on the word vriksheshvanekani. There, when you are splitting the shakara, what happens to that I'm asking? Is it a word by itself, a complete word by itself? No. Right? It is evident that two words are joined there. So how can you do the padavibhaga there?
There is a santi, vruksha, yoge, which varna takes a shakara?
And vakara is there.
Sha in vasti shakara sasthane shakara asti sandhya nama.
In our sandhis, when do we get a vakara? In place of which do we get a vakara? I always tell ikara is replaced by what and ukara is replaced by what?
Ya varala.
So here va is there means what should have been originally there? Kasya sthane vakaraha adeshaha bhavati? Kasya aksharasya or swarasya sthane ukarasya sthane vakaraha adeshaha bhavati.
Yeah.
Normally vakara comes in place of ukara.
Yeah, and the sha comes because of the sakara.
No. Wait. So you remove the vakara and put ukara and see what happens.
Vrukshe unekani shva ushveka
vriksheshu anekani. In place of va, now here the va has a vakara and akara. In place of vakara, you have to put ukara and the akara will remain the same. So anekani it will become. When the word is split, the akara of the va goes with anekani. And the vakara originally is a ukara. So vriksheshu, the shakara gets the ukara and vriksheshu. It will become. So, vriksheshu anekani phalani madurani santi. Or madhurani phalani anekani santi.
So now when we are reading, we are supposed to break the sandhi and then read?
We have to break the sandhi, rearrange in prose order and then read.
Okay, so I have to read like santi vruksheshu anekani phalani madhurani.
That is only Padavibhaga. Now you have to edit in prose order.
Okay, santi. Okay, prose order. I have to put it. Vruksheshu anekani madhurani phalani santi.
Yes.
That becomes very easy once you break the sandhi.
Okay. Want to try the third sentence also?
I'll give it a try. Bhagavad Geetantar bhavati Bhishma Parvani Bharataste. Atra
Parvani, Bhishma Parvani, Dirgham Nasti.
Parvani Mahabharataste. Kutra aste.
Mahabharataste. That is one word only.
Mahabharataste. So Bhagavad Gita Geetantar bhavati. Bhagavad Gita antar bhavati. Bhishma Parvani, it is a one word. Mahabharate.
Mahabharataste. That is also
Bharataste. Asti or Asti.
No. That is Mahabharataste means Mahabharatastha means in Mahabharata.
Astha. Okay, Astha. Mahabharata.
We don't split it.
Okay. So
Mahabharataste Bhishma Parvani Bhagavad Gita Antarbhavati. Bhagavad Gita Antaha Bhavati. Mahabharataste Bhishma Parvani Bhagavad Gita Antaha Bhavati.
Correct. Antarbhavati also you can say, or Antaha Bhavati. That also is fine.
The fourth, fifth, and sixth, can I tell, madam?
Yes.
Dhanyavad Mahodaya.
Asti Samskrita Bhasha Bharatiya Bhashanam Sarvasam Janani. Samskrita Bhasha Bharatiya Bhashanam Sarvasam Bharatiya Bhashanam Janani Asti.
Atra Kartrapadam kim?
Samskrita Bhasha.
Samskrita Bhasha.
Samskrita Bhasha.
Janani kim?
Janani Janani also can be Visheshanam to Samskrita Bhasha. Janani Samskrita Bhasha, Samskrita Bhashanam Samskrita Bhashanam Sarvasam. No. It will be good order will be Samskrita Bhasha, Bharatiya Bhashanam Sarvasam Bharatiya Bhashanam Janani Asti. That only is looking good.
Yeah, so Samskrita Bhasha Janani Asti.
Yes.
So here Janani will be Vidheya Visheshana to Samskrita Bhasha.
Okay.
And Bharatiya Bhashanam Janani Asti. So Bharatiya Bhashanam will be Shashti Sambandha to Janani.
Janani, yes. Bharatiya Bhashanam
will be Visheshana to Bharatiya Bhashanam.
Again, Sarvasam also Visheshana to Bharatiya Bhashanam.
Regular Visheshana, that is not Videya Visheshana.
Okay, Bharatiya Bhashanam and Sarvasam both are in Bharatiya Bhashanam Shashti. Sarvasam is also Shashti, I think.
Yes. Okay, so Janani will be Videya Visheshana to Samskrita Bhasha. Sarvasam will be regular Visheshana to Bharatiya Bhashanam. So Samskrita Bhasha, Sarvasam Bharatiya Bhashanam Janani Asti. That will be the prose order.
Next, fifth one. Udyane asmin velasanti pushpani sundarani. Asmin उद्याने सुंदराणि पुष्पाणि विलसन्ति. विलसन्ति इज क्रियापदम. कर्तृपदम इज पुष्पाणि. सुंदराणि इज विशेषण टू पुष्पाणि. the प्रदेशाधिकरण is अस्मिन् उद्याने.
Udyane, and asmin will be visheshana to udyane.
उद्याने, ओके ओके. अस्मिन् उद्याने सुंदराणि पुष्पाणि विलसन्ति.
अनन्तरं
करोम्यहं संस्कृतसेवनं सदा. अहं इज अध्याहार बिकॉज करोमि इज देयर. अहं संस्कृतसेवनं सदा करोमि और अहं सदा संस्कृतसेवनं करोमि.
सो अत्र कर्तृपदं किम्?
कर्तृपदम् अहं.
संस्कृतसेवनं
that is कर्म.
कर्मपदम्.
कर्म.
And sada?
Sada is this one, what you can say, some visheshna to kaladhikarana. Okay. Kaladhikarana to Samskruti Sevanam.
Uttama. So in the third sentence also, Mahabharataste Bhagavad
Gita antaha bhavati.
So Kartrupadam kim atra?
Kartrupadam Bhagavad Gita.
Okay. Bhishma Parvani.
Saptami Vikti, so it is some Saptami this is Desha Kala Yuchadikarana, I don't know, Bhishma Parvani. It is Saptami Vikti, Adhikara. Okay, okay.
Mahabharata
is also same. Major, minor. Okay. Mahabharata Bhishma Parvani. Mahabharata is a larger one. Bhishma Parvani is a smaller one. Bhagavata is still smaller one. Because we know from large picture it is like that.
Antaha
Bhavati is Antaha Bhavati. Antaha Bhagavad Gita Antar Bhavati. Antaha is Antar Bhavati. Actually, it is Anta is Avyayam actually.
But it still is indicating Adhikarana only. Where it is.
Yes.
Anantaram vriksheshu anekani madhurani phalani santi.
Vriksheshu, okay. Vriksheshu anekani madhurani phalani santi. Santi is the kriyapadam. Phalani is the karmapadam. Madhurani is phalani is karmapadam or karmapadam or
no.
Phalani is also karmapadam. Madhurani is visheshanam to phalani. Vriksheshu is nursery shakti vibhakti, saptami vibhakti, ashrayadhikaranam. Santi is kriyapadam.
Anekani?
Anekani is that is the anekani is
also visheshana to phalani.
Visheshana to phalani. Yes. Visheshana to phalani. Yes.
Hari Om Bhagini. वृक्षेषु इति देशाधिकरणम् इति स्वीक्रियते वा?
देशाधिकरणमेव.
Saptami Vibhakti, of course, different adhikaranas are there. Because Vriksheshu Astrayadhikarana, Deshadhikarana, or Pradesadhikarana, you can say.
एकवारं भगवद्गीता वाक्यम् एकवारं पुनः एकवारं विवृणोतु भगिनि.
Which one?
भगवद्गीता वाक्यं.
महाभारतस्य भीष्मपर्वणि भगवद्गीता अन्तः भवति. That is the order.
तत् अहं ज्ञातवती महोदय. किञ्चित् विवरणमपि.
ओके, विवरणं
वदतु महोदय.
भगवद्गीता महाभारते भीष्मपर्वः अस्ति. भीष्मपर्वे भगवद्गीता अस्ति. भगवद्गीता भीष्मपर्वणि अन्तः भवति.
అంటే
భగవద్గీత
ఇక్కడ
భీష్మ
భగవద్గీత
పర్వణి
ఇక్కడ
అంతః
కర్తృపదం భగవద్గీత అవుతుంది లేకపోతే భవతి అని భగవద్గీత భవతి
భగవద్గీత ఇస్ కర్తృపదం only. Bhagavad
భగవద్గీత భవతి
Mahabharata, but
భవతి
generally we will start with we will not say Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Bhishma Parvani, Antaha Bhavati, like that we will not say unless it is asked. Ka Mahabharata, Bhishma Parvani, Antaha Bhavati. Then of course we will get different also Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasra, so many will be.
మహోదయ భగవద్గీత కర్తృపదం భవతి క్రియాపదం అది అర్థమైంది. మహాభారతస్థే భీష్మ పర్వణి ఈ రెండు దేశాధికరణాలే.
ఈ రెండు దేశాధికరణ అంతే అంతే అంతే.
అంతః అనేది మరి ఎలా తీసుకోవాలి?
అంతః అంటే అంతః అంటే భీష్మ పర్వణి అంతః భీష్మ పర్వణి అంతః means not here, not in the end. Antarbhavati, not antah, antarbhavati.
There only the visarga sandhi is happening. Antah bhavati will become antarbhavati, which is fine. It is an avyayam only. Antah will be an avyayam only. So that is also fine. It will be an avyayam, but it is still indicating where.
Generally, what I feel is antar means when you say, generally we will look at, of course, from Telugu or whatever in language contextual point of view. Antarbhavati means within that one would say. But anta means sometimes you will give the, if you take it as napumsakal, anta means end. It will not be taken as end. It should be antar, within. In that sense we have to take it. Antarbhavati.
అంటే ఇక్కడ ఏ అధికరణ తీసుకోవాలి భగిని?
ఒక్క నిమిషం. మన దేశాధికరణమే అవుతుంది. ఇట్ విల్ బి దేశాధికరణం.
అస్తు 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 ధన్యవాదాः మహోదయ, ధన్యవాదాः భగిని.
కాకపోతే నో you actually asked a good question. How like will everything be connected to the kriya padam only, or because Mahabharata sthe within Mahabharata and within Bhishma Parvani and Bhagavad Gita Bhavati. So here whether we connect all of them to Bhavati only, or because it is within and within and within, right? So how to connect them also we have to look, because here we have to show that nested quality. In Mahabharata, in Bhishma Parvani, Bhagavad Gita is there. That is what we want to show. Okay, so let me see how it can be represented pictorially. That we have to see. Pictorially, whether we can connect Mahabharata sthe to Bhavati directly, Bhishma Parvani also to Bhavati. Then how will somebody, now we know that Mahabharata is the biggest entity, and within that Bhishma Parvani and within that Bhagavad Gita, we know that. But say for example, it is an outsider who is trying to understand where Bhagavad Gita is. If we connect Mahabharata sthe also to Bhavati and Bhishma Parvani also to Bhavati, how will he know if Bhishma Parvani is the bigger entity and if or Mahabharata sthe is a bigger entity? How will he know that? Right?
He will not know.
So there should be some nested way of showing which which comes first and which comes next. So pictorially, how to represent that? Let me get back to you.
Okay, astu bhagini, ధన్యవాదాः.
Okay, because that is where our knowledge helps. Because we know that knowledge, we put it in this order. If we don't know what Mahabharata is, what Bhishma Parvani is, somebody outsider is trying to understand what Bhagavad Gita is, and then he comes across this. But he doesn't know if Mahabharata has Bhishma Parvani or Bhishma Parvani has Mahabharata in it. Because he does not have that knowledge. So for such people, how do we represent this pictorially so that even they can understand this? That we have to, let me think and get back.
Astu bhagini, ధన్యవాదాः.
There should be a way to represent that, which I am not sure of right now. So let me check and get back to you.
Bhagini, in this particular sentence, Mahabharata itself is called Kal Adhikarana, correct? Desha Adhikarana, somebody was talking, but I was not understanding why Desha Adhikarana.
So Mahabharatam is a grantham, right? It is a
Yeah.
book. It is a text. In that sense, Deshadikarana is mentioned.
So then the Kala Adhikarana should not be mentioned, correct?
Yes.
Because Mahabharata is also some kind of a Kal, it's Suchayati. When it, where was it, or it is not applicable here.
Whether we can take it as a period, Mahabharata Kale, then we have to say like that, no? If we simply say Mahabharatam, we take it as Grantha only. If we want to mention the period of Mahabharata, then we have to say Mahabharata Kale or something like that.
So in this case, because we are just talking about where the Bhagavad Gita is, we can find. So we are just talking, referring Mahabharata as a book, some kind of a grantha. So then it is a Desh Adhikarana is more appropriate. Am I correct?
Yes,
and
correct.
Then where what Bhishma Parvani, which is the 7th Vibhakti, how do we where do
that
we
also is a chapter. See, there are so many parvas, 18 parvas, right? So this parva is named as Bhishma Parva. So in the Bhishma Parva, again, Deshadikarana only applies here.
Oh, okay.
Or unless we can we also consider it as Vishayadikarana? Maybe Vishayadikarana, I think, will be more appropriate because it is talking about a subject. That also we can take. Rather than Deshadikarana, I think Vishayadikarana will be a better choice.
Mooditiki na bagini?
Mahabharataste and Bhishma Parvani. Yes. For both, we can take that only.
So Mahabharata also Vishaya Adhikarana?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. And then the Katrupadam still stays the Bhagavad Gita. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mahodaya, Murthy Mahodaya, to pitch in, because I know I was slowing down the class also, but you helped me out. Thank you for that.
Okay. So then coming to the next, who would like to read? Anyone? Anyone left who did not read? So, Alivelu Bagini?
Oh.
Ramurthy
Yeah, can I read?
Yes. Please.
Okay, I'll read.
You are on mute, Mahodaya.
Okay. गद्यात्मकवाक्यानाम् अन्वयरचनां वयं ज्ञातवन्तः। अधुना पद्यानाम् अन्वयरचनां जानीमः। यस्य कस्यापि पद्यस्य सम्पूर्णभावस्य अवगमनाय चत्वारः अंशाः अवश्यं ज्ञातव्याः भवन्ति। ते च पदविभागः, अन्वयः, अन्वयार्थः, तात्पर्यार्थः। आद्योः द्वयोः परिचयः एतावता एव भवद्भिः प्राप्तः। आद्योः द्वयोः परिचयः एतावता एव भवद्भिः प्राप्तः। इत्युक्ते पदविभागः, अन्वयः भवद्भिः प्राप्तः। पदविभागकरणस्य अन्वयक्रमेण तेषां लेखनस्य च पश्चात् प्रत्येकं शब्दस्य अर्थः चिन्तनीयः अस्ति। अयम् अंशः अन्वयार्थः इति उच्यते। अन्वयार्थज्ञानेन पद्यस्य भावं वयं पूर्णतः अवगतुं शक्नुमः। सः तात्पर्यार्थः इति उच्यते। अन्वयविशेषः अन्वयकरणार्थम् आदौ पद्ये क्रियापदं किमिति ज्ञातव्यम् इति पूर्वमेव उक्तम्। केषुचित् पद्येषु द्वित्राणि क्रियापदानि भवेयुः। तत्र कदाचित् तावन्ति वाक्यानि भवितुम् अर्हन्ति कदाचित् एकं क्रियापदं प्रधानम् अन्यानि अप्रधानानि भवितुम् अर्हन्ति तदा प्रधानक्रियापदं किमिति अभिज्ञातव्यम् अप्रधानानि क्रियापदानि तस्य अङ्गभूतानि एव भवितुम् अर्हन्ति तन्नाम तेषामपि कर्तृकर्मादिकं भवितुम् अर्हति तत्र सर्वेषामपि मेलनेन एकमेव मुख्यं वाक्यं सिद्धं भवति
एकं निमिषं महोदय so here we have in the gadyaatmaka vakyanaam anvaya rachanam vayam jnatavantah adhuna padyanam anvaya rachanam janima so earlier we took some gadya vakyani okay sentences from a gadya kavyam and how anvaya can be written so even in gadya kavyam also the words can be need not be in prose order just because it is a gadya kavyam doesn't mean the words will be in prose order there also we have to do this anvaya so far we have seen how it is done in a gadya vakyani now padyanam anvaya rachanam janima यस्य कस्यापि पद्यस्य सम्पूर्णभावस्य अवगमनाय चत्वारः अंशाः अवश्यं ज्ञातव्याः भवन्ति so four things we need to know padavibhagah anvayah anvayarthah tatparyarthah so padavibhagah we already saw earlier that is what they say adyoho dvayoho parichayah etavata eva bhavatbhihi praptah Adyayoho dvayoho is padavibhagah and anvayah. That we already were introduced to. Padavibhaga karanasya anvayakramena tesham lekhanasya cha paschat pratyekam shabdasya artah chintaniyah asti. So after the padavibhaga and after the anvayakramam tesham lekhanasya cha paschat after writing the anvaya of the words individual words pratyekam shabdasya arthah chintaniyah every word pratipadartham basically pratipadartham chintaniyah ayam amshah anvayarthah iti uchyate so there is a slight difference between pratipadartham and anvayartha pratipadartham is word to word meaning there the words need not be in prose order but anvayarthah means the words are first arranged in prose order and then the meaning of each of the word is also given that is anvayartha jnanena padyasya bhavam vayam purnatah avagantum shaknumah why because it is already in anvaya and then the meanings are also given then if you write down all the meanings in a together you will get the padyartham saha tatparyarthah ityuchyate that is also known as tatparyarthah okay so what is special about this anvayam anvayakaranartham adau padye kriyapadam kim iti jnatavyam iti purvameva uktam so we all know that to do the anvayam first we have to identify the kriyapadam keshuchit padyeshu dvitrani kriyapadani bhaveyuh so in some poems we can have 2 or 3 kriyapadani also we have already noticed that in the Bhagavad Gita shlokas that we are studying in the Saturday class tatra kadachit tavanti vakyani bhavitum arhanti so as many kriyapadani as they are there that many sentences can be there most of the times that many sentences will be there kadachit ekam kriyapadam pradhanam anyani apradhanani bhavitum arhanti that also we have seen the kvantas tumunnantas they are also kriyapadani the shatrantas all these are kriyapadani but they play a different role in a sentence they are not the pradhana kriyapadam okay so they will be apradhana kriyapadani tada pradhana kriyapadam kim iti abhignatavyam so when there are so many kriyapadani which one is the pradhana kriyapadam that we have to identify apradhanani kriyapadani tasya angabhutani eva bhavitum arhanti so the apradhana kriyapadani will be only part of the sentence and belonging to the still anvaya to the main kriyapadam tannama teshamapi kartrukarmadikam bhavitum arhati. Means those apradhana kriya padani also can have kartrupadam, karmapadam. We discussed, with the ktvantas. Ramaha pustakam patitva pathashalam gacchati. So gacchati is the pradhana kriya. Patitva is the apradhana kriya. Pustakam will be the karmapadam of patitva, the apradhana kriya. So apradhanani kriya padani also teshamapi kartrukarmadikam bhavitum arhati. So they can have all the karaka relations. Ramaha grihe pustakam patitva. Okay, grihe pustakam patitva anujaya. Okay, Ramaha grihe anujaya pustakam patitva pathashalam gacchati. So for his brother, he read it for his brother. Okay, so there anujaya. It is not exactly sampradana, but prayojanam. Okay, or anujaya pustakam datva pathashalam gacchati. So there anujaya will become sampradana, pustakam will be karmapadam, grihe will be adhikaranam, deshadhikaranam. So the patitva, that apradhana kriyapadam can have all the karaka relations. Okay, so that is what is being said here. Tatra sarveshamapi melanena ekameva mukhyam vakyam siddham bhavati. But even though there are so many apradhana kriyapadani, the final meaning of the sentence can be represented in one main, gist, like that is called the tatparyam. So you there for the apradhana kriyapadani, they will only contribute to the main kriyapadam. We cannot separate them and make it a separate anvaya, like how we do when we have more than one pradhana kriyapadani. Only when the kriyapadani all whichever are there are all pradhana kriyapadani, only then we can make separate sentences. Otherwise, the apradhana kriyapadani contribute to the meaning along with the main kriyapadani. Okay? Patatu Mahodaya.
आं भगिनि पद्ये विद्यमानानि पदानि विभक्तिशः योजनीय समानविभक्त्यन्तेषु प्रायः एकं विशेष्यम् अन्यानि तस्य विशेषणानि च भवन्ति समानविभक्त्यन्तेषु प्रायः एकं विशेष्यम् अन्यानि तस्य विशेषणानि च भवन्ति क्रियापदम् उद्दिश्य केन कया
क्षम्यतां महोदय भगिनी इन्दाक you just told the vakyam Ramaha grihe anujaya pustakam datva pathshalam gacchati kada. Andulo in that Ramaha is karta, grihe is deshadikarana.
To which kriya?
To datva.
Datva.
For anujaya sampradana adhikarana.
Sampradana karakam to
sampradana karakam. Pustakam is karma for pradhana kriya datva. And datva is apradhana kriya. Pathashalam is karma to apradhana kriya. Gacchati is kriya, pradhana kriya.
Pathashalam is karma padam to pradhana kriya. And anujaya is sampradana to which kriya?
Anujaya is sampradana to datva.
Yes. Okay.
अस्तु भगिनि धन्यवादः महोदय
क्रियापदम् उद्दिश्य केन कया इति प्रश्नः कृतश्चेत् तृतीयाविभक्त्यन्तं पदं कस्मै कस्य इति प्रश्नः कृतश्चेत् चतुर्थीविभक्त्यन्तं पदं कस्मात् कस्याः इति प्रश्नः कृतश्चेत् पञ्चमीविभक्त्यन्तं पदं च अवगन्तुं शक्नुमः क्रियापदम् उद्दिश्य किं कृत्वा इति प्रश्ने कृते त्वान्तं लेवन्तं पदं किं कर्तुम् इति प्रश्ने कृते तुमुन्नन्तं पदं च अवगतुं शक्नुमः पद्ये सम्बोधनपदं यदि भवति तर्हि तत् आदौ लेखनीयम् यदि पद्ये क्रियापदमेव न निर्दिष्टं तर्हि अस्ति इत्यस्य भवति इत्यस्य वा क्रियापदस्य अध्याहारः करणीयः.
So 1 second again. So vibhakti yojanani. Padye vidyamanani padani vibhaktishah yojaniyani. Samana vibhaktiyanteshu prayah ekam visheshyam anyani tasya visheshanani cha bhavanti. So here notice the word prayah. So sometimes we can have words which are of the same vibhakti. Many times one of them will be the pradhana padam and the other words will be the visheshana. Like if one is kartrupadam, then the other words of the same vibhakti will be the visheshanas of that. Or it can be a karma padam and the other dvitiya vibhakti words can be visheshana to that. But sometimes when there are more than one kartrupadam or more than one karma padam and there are again visheshanas to both those words, then they are of the same vibhakti, right? Like say for example, Sundaraha Ramaha and Balavan Hanumancha Vanam Gachataha. Okay, if I say that and all these words are mingled up in a padyam. So how will I know that Sundara here Ramaha is in Prathama Vibhakti, Hanuman is in Prathama Vibhakti, Sundaraha is in Prathama Vibhakti, Balavan is in Prathama Vibhakti. But all the words are mixed in a padyam. They are not in prose order. So how do you know Sundaraha is Visheshana to only Ramaha and not Hanuman? It can be Visheshana to Hanuman also. Balavan, is it Visheshana to Ramaha or Hanuman? It can be to both. Grammatically, it can be to both. Okay. So that is why the word prayaha is used. Not always the words in the same vibhakti can be visheshanas to only one word. They can be visheshanas to different words also, depending on the context. But many times it will happen in such a way that words which are of the same vibhakti will be visheshanas to one. If there is only one kartrupadam or one karmapadam or one of that kind, whatever it is. But again, that is just one case. There can be a case like the example I have given, where we can have two kartrupadani and both those words can have visheshanas. So then the intention of the speaker should be taken into consideration. What the poet is trying to convey. Is he describing Ramaha as Sundaraha or Hanuman as Sundaraha? That we need to know. That completely comes only by the author, because it is he who wants to express his thoughts or his views or what has happened in that kavya. So we should not come to a decision. We have to understand the intention of the speaker. That is where we need to depend on the vyakhyanas, because we don't know directly firsthand. So we have to go to a reliable vyakhyanam to see what the general qualities, how. We know that Hanuman is known for his strength and Rama is known for his beauty. So we can immediately say Sundaraha is a Visheshana to Ramaha and Balavan is Visheshana to Hanuman. But again, if a person outside of our culture, they don't know the story, they don't know who Rama is, they don't know who Hanuman is. So how will they know that which Visheshana belongs to whom? So then they will depend on these vyakhyanas and they will get a general idea, and accordingly they will have to come to a conclusion that Sundaraha is a Visheshana to Rama and Balavan is a Visheshana to Hanuman, like that. Okay, so the word prayaha plays an important role here. We have to notice that. We cannot go like all the time, all the Visheshanas belong to only one Kartripadam. Astu Mahodaya, Patatu.
Shall I continue, madam?
Shall we continue or shall we stop here and start in the next class?
Adya samapayamaha bhagini.
Astu. So let me just conclude with these other lines also. So similarly, to get the Trutiyanta Padam, we have to ask the question with Kena or Kaya. And Chaturthiyanta Padam, Kasmai or Kasyai. And for Panchami Vibhakti, kasyaha or kasmat. For Pumlinga or Napumsaka, kasmat. And for Strilinga, kasyaha. And so on. And for Lyabantam or the Kvantam, kim kritva. So Ramaha kim kritva patashalam gacchati anujaya pustakam dattva. So the Kvanta can be used or can be derived at with the use of kim kritva. Similarly, kim kartum patashalam gacchati Ramaha pustakam patitum. Of course, this is from a different sentence, not this sentence. So Ramaha pustakam patitum granthalayam gacchati. Kim kartum granthalayam gacchati pustakam patitum. So for the Tumunnanta, kim kartum. For the Kswanta, kim kritva. Like this, these questions we have to ask to get the answers. And then Sambodhana padam, if it is there in a padya, should be written at the top. आदौ लेखनीयं यदि पद्ये क्रियापदमेव न निर्दिष्टं तर्हि अस्ति इत्यस्य भवति इत्यस्य वा क्रियापदस्य अध्याहारः करणीयः. So अस्ति or bhavati, these are the two kriyapadani we can take as adhyahritam if a shloka does not have a kriyapadam normally, and those are the two ones that the poets will choose to omit. See, why some shlokas do not have a kartripadam, a kriyapadam, only when they are implied. Only when they are implied, the poet takes the leverage or liberty to omit it. Why? Because they are obvious. It is understood. And why does he do that? If he is short of words, within the aksharas, he has to convey whatever he wants to convey in that shloka, but he's falling short of letters, or so he will omit whenever there is a chance. He will omit when he's falling short of letters, especially with asti and bhavati. Even if he doesn't mention those two words, it is evident. Only when it is evident, they will do such things. When he wants to use some kriyapadam which actually tells us something important, he cannot omit that. If he omits that, then the meaning of the shloka is missing. So the reader will not be able to complete it because it is a kriyapadam which indicates something important. It is not simply asti or bhavati. So there, when the kriyapadam is important and when he falls short of words or letters to be used, then he will look at other ways of reducing the number of letters, like doing the sandhi or something else. There he cannot miss out on the kriyapadam. So such are the reasons that the poet has to consider. So only when asti or bhavati is there, and when the poet falls short, then he will not write those kriyapadani, and that is when a padyam will not have, and that is when we will take them as adhyahritam. And it is pretty obvious. So we will know whether to use asti or bhavati. Astu? So atra sthapayamaha. Anantaram agami somavasare patamaha. Astu. Any questions? Astu. Shanti mantram.
Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. धन्यवादः भगिनी. सर्वेभ्यः धन्यवादः.
सर्वेभ्यः
धन्यवादः भगिनी.